And that's what these stories are about. And they're using black women as pawns. They sit up and tell you some bullshit about you being successful, which you're doing all right. You have a cool job, but you're not really successful. You dig what I'm saying? It's a diss. It is a goddamn diss. See, back in the day, they would just throw everybody under the bus. Black folks, see, back in the day, they would throw black men and women under the bus. They would portray black men and women fucked up. They would portray black men as coons. They would portray black women as mammies. But the thing is, that would cause black men and women to band together and lash out against the establishment. So they had to come up with a new program. So what they would do, they would pull the sisters to the side and be like, hey, you're cool, but what's up with the black guys over here? What's up with the black man? And they would get black women in cahoots with them to throw the black man under the bus. But in reality, they were throwing you under the bus as well. They sit up and tell you a bunch of bullshit you want to hear. They act like you're down with them, but they're throwing you under the bus too. I call it the Maury Povich effect. You ever look at Maury Povich and the Maury Povich show? Overtly, they make it seem like they're throwing the black men under the bus. They get these black women on here who slept with everybody in the neighborhood, and then they criticize the men. They get the brothers in there like, oh, you need to take care of your responsibility. Then the black man walks out there, then everybody's booing him. They try to make it seem like it's a show that throws black men under the bus, but in reality, the Maury Povich show is designed to make black women look like assholes. You notice on the Maury Povich show, they go out of their way to not criticize black females. Black women on there with 30 dudes she done banged, not knowing who none of her kids' dad is. They're like, LaQuisha, you are not the father. And then she runs off stage, and then they go console her. LaQuisha, it's not your fault, LaQuisha. It's not your fault. You know what's important is the baby, LaQuisha. We're going to find your father, so don't worry about it. You know, they go out of their way to not criticize her in her face, but the viewer is looking at it like this dirty nigga bitch. That's what they're thinking. And that's what they think of you sisters when they see these specials. You're not in cahoots with them. You think you're in cahoots with them, but they're throwing your asses under the bus too. They got you thinking that you're quote unquote successful and you're just balling out of control. You have decent jobs, and the reason you have little cool jobs here and there is because you're not a threat to the white establishment. You're not a threat, but they use you as a goddamn pawn, and you guys fall for it all the time. And this is the real reason why a lot of brothers who have themselves together, they're not fucking with you like that, because of that disloyalty. And that disloyalty, black women, is biting you in the ass right now. I mean, really, the term educated black woman, it's a diss. Everybody's supposed to be educated. Think about it. Everybody's supposed to have some kind of education. You shouldn't have to use that as an adjective for anybody. Everybody should be educated. That's not a compliment, saying that you're educated, as opposed to what? Black women don't even realize when you're being dissed. I mean, it's really time for y'all to wake up. It's 2010. And you guys are still getting on these same TV shows talking that same whack bullshit. Let me play some more of the clips. Hold on. Let me play some more of the clips, because it gets better. It gets much better. Hold on.
Now that she's 34, she's lowered the bar when it comes to height requirements.
I don't have a certain criteria, like if you're not 6'5", and I used to, but then as I got older, I said, okay, well, maybe if you're 6'3", 6'2", 6'1", okay, maybe we could see eye to eye. I kind of have certain standards that I hold myself to, and I don't feel like I should have to settle on those for the sake of having somebody. I'm willing to wait.
Like many black men, she's also open to dating outside her race.
Ooh.
In fact, in the past decade, the number of black women entering interracial marriage has more than doubled.
In fact, last night, was at a restaurant, had a great conversation with this Caucasian gentleman. I mean, we were vibing, we were clicking. I'm thinking, he's gonna ask for my number. This White men never ask for
her eyes are lighting up. She thought a white dude was going to ask her for her number. Wow.
And he was like, all right, well, great conversation. You know, maybe I'll see you around. I was thinking,
he's like, bye. He said, bye, bitch.
No.
We're maybe not as coveted as black men in society.
Melinda Watson is a 28-year-old payroll specialist.
Payroll specialist. Wow. Do I need to move my car out the way so you can pull in your Brinks truck with all that money you making as a payroll specialist?
Hasn't had an exclusive relationship since college.
I just feel that there's a lot of taboo associated with dating black women because I don't think they're necessarily going to want to take us home to see mama.
Hell no, they ain't going to take you home.
The consensus in this group was that their preference is to marry a black man. It's not that they can't find one
bullshit.
to date.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough of this bullshit. Okay, but you guys get the general consensus. That's enough of the bullshit. All right, I'm done with playing the clips. A payroll specialist, huh? Balling out of control. Now, you notice the one sister was talking about how she was open to date the white dude, but the white dude wouldn't ask her for a number. See, a lot of women like this, a lot of black women like this, they like to pretend that they choose not to date outside of their race because of some undivided sense of loyalty to black men. That's a crock of shit. Who you think you're fooling? Y'all stop pretending that you ain't dating outside your race because you have so much loyalty to us, because we know that's a crock of shit. The black females today are the most disloyal to black men in history. They're so disloyal, it's ridiculous. Black women these days will throw brothers under the bus so quickly. You're not loyal to us like that. That's why you get on these shows trying to throw us under the bus. Not only are you not loyal to black men today, you wear your disloyalty as a badge of honor. This is why you run around talking about how independent you are. Independence is the opposite of loyalty. By definition, independence means disloyal. You have no loyalties. You have no ties. It's all about you. Right? Brothers, y'all got to start calling this stuff out. You'll have to start cross-referencing their bullshit and throw it back at them to let them hear what it sounds like. There's no loyalty there. If they could date these white dudes and these other dudes, they would. The white dudes ain't really fucking with you like that, because white dudes, they know what they're saying is bullshit. See, a lot of black women are confused. These white folks sit up and tell you, oh, how you're successful and you're almost like one of us. We welcome you as part of the workforce. You're successful. You're doing so well. Then the black women are like, damn, white dude, if I'm so successful and I'm doing so well, why don't you date me? And the white dude is like, wow, look at the time. Wow. Because they don't believe that bullshit they're saying. Do you really want to know what these motherfuckers think about you, sisters? You really don't want to know. You better go to websites like stormfront.org and read some of those posts on what these white folks really think about your asses. Brothers, no, we know the deal. We're already hip to the game. Y'all sitting up believing this bullshit these white folks are telling you black women? Thinking that these white dudes here are going to marry you. There's a reason why they're not doing it. Y'all want to be like Sanaa Lathan in that movie Something New. Like, come on, white man, we can be just like the movies. You can date me. We can be just like Princess and the Frog. And the white man is looking at you like, yeah, bitch, the problem is you're the frog. That's what they think about your ass. You're so quick to try to throw brothers under the bus. They're throwing you under the bus. They're clowning you. They're patronizing you. Don't you see it? They're showing black dysfunction. They're like, look at these black women. They just don't have it together. The black men, black women, they don't have it together. So our problems are not that bad. That's all these stories are for. That's why they have movies like The Blind Side. Black dysfunction, black degeneracy. They have movies like Precious. These movies are for white folks.